Rise up, brothers and sisters, boys and girls, kings and queens, friends, frenemies, and new agents. My name is Brother Marley. This is the Senegambia One channel, and I'd like to welcome you because we're talking a little bit about Juneteenth. Now, as you know, I'm a very positive young man. Um, always, I'm always spreading positivity. As you know, I'm not the most. I don't sit out here just moaning about things. And what surprises me, even though I'm very positive, people disagree with a lot of the things that I say. And I found it again literally just a few days ago. So a few days ago was the 19th of June, 19th of June, I put up a post on Facebook. And on the post I said,
To everyone celebrating Juneteenth, your ancestors were great, and I wish you more greatness.
so I'm thinking that this is a nice, but like no one is going to push back on that. I mean, I get a lot of pushback for a lot of the things I say, but this, no one's going to have a complaint about that. No one's going to say anything negative about it. What can you possibly say about recognizing and remembering the complete end of slavery in the Americas? Now, a bit about me. A bit about me. I'm from, my family's from a country called Guyana. And in Guyana they had a few slave uprisings, in different parts of the country. So we've got the Berbice uprising. There's a whole book on that called Blood in the River. There is the Demerara uprising. There's different there's ones in every island in the Caribbean where people were willing to literally like bet their life, on the idea of them having some kind of semblance of freedom. Because obviously, if you've been born into enslavement, you have no real concept of what being free is. And yet, these young men and women took literally took sticks and stones against people with muskets and shotguns. So I recognize the pride that my American cousins must have when they're talking about their ancestors ensuring their freedom as well. So of course I'll say big up, innit? And then I get this response.
This another garbage holiday, man.
So I'm like, garbage holiday, garbage and garbage. What's garbage about it? So I'll try to find out where his pain is from. So I say,
Sure, those folks kept your family captive for 2 extra years, but I am sure they wanted to keep them for 200 extra years. But your folks finally moved from being recognized as property to humans. That is a massive achievement that deserves recognition.
you see, the thing is, regardless of where we are now, nothing, nothing moves forward while you're under that, um, while you're under that oppressive system. While under that, nothing moves forward. You're stuck, and you're still being treated no better than the donkey in the house. You're being treated no better than the the, the garden hoe or the sickle. You're just another garden tool as far as the owner's concerned. Being Having someone as a slave is one thing, but what these enslavers wanted was to be able to have people enslaved and at the same and enslave them like mentally, so that they're not even having to worry about anything to do with, oh, let me watch them, let me get a watchman, and let me get guns and so on and so forth, because that's very labor intensive. As a slaver, you don't need all that hassle. You just need them to do the work and you collect the money. So they was very much interested in this whole idea of being able to mentally enslave these men and women. And so our ancestors, bearing in mind, those people who fought for their freedom never knew freedom before. Their parents were enslaved, their grandparents were enslaved. The only thing they knew was chattel slavery. They didn't know anything else. And yet they still had the gumption and they still had the fortitude to be able to fight for that, to take off those mental shackles and fight for that. So you've got to love it, you've got to respect it. So as you go about your day, please, my request is that you remember what your ancestors went through. There is a prison planet that we're on right now. Yeah, there's a prison planet that we're living in right now. That we are, many of us, that we are enslaved. Again, just like before, not through under whips and chains, but this time through finances, surveillance, and through these other ways in which they can hold us down. So let us be the ones that have the fortitude to fight for our freedom. We don't know anything else. We don't know anything else. And I'm not promising that once you get free, that it's all going to be, a bed of roses. No, it's probably going to be difficult, just like it would have been for our ancestors. Because once they moved out of Master's compound, it's going to be it's going to be more difficult. There's more questions about, where the food comes from, where the water comes from. What happens next week? It's still going to be more difficult. There's still a possibility. But when you are free, no one can talk to you. No one can tell you where you're going and where's your ID and show me your driver's license and where do you live and, who do you belong to? Then them conversations, they don't happen. So I wish you the very best. Take care of yourself. This is your brother Marty. Until next time. Peace.